Hey everyone, just getting everything set up. I'm in my studio on my laptop, so I don't have my fancy microphone and I don't have my nice camera, and I'm seeing a huge difference in the quality. But in order to be on time, I wanted to make sure to get in here, even if it's not the best, because done is better than perfect. Are we right? Let me make sure this is live in the Facebook group. Excuse me. There we go. Oh, holy hell. Why am I green? Let me turn off the sound. Okay. Yay. Okay. Terrible quality, but here we are. This is my studio. This is my wall that actually is going to be replaced soon. So I've been on the phone with them all morning trying to get that figured out because I'm a little annoyed that they have not figured it out yet. Not my responsibility, right? So, welcome to my studio. This is one of the rooms in my studio. As you come in, say hello. This is being streamed live in the Facebook group or the Business Straight Up community, which is at businessstraightup.com/community. If you're not in there, you should be. And if you're watching on YouTube, all of the questions that I get live, the things that I'm going to go over, will actually be pulled from the questions in the Facebook group. So if you're not in the Facebook group, you definitely want to be in there, especially if you have a question, if you have something that you want me to answer, if you have something that's bothering you, that you need help with. Maybe you just need another pair of eyes on it. And I'm going to tilt this a little bit. So as you come in, say hi. Say, hey, Brooke, what's up? This camera angle, who the fuck came up with the idea? Dell, talking to you, to put the webcam at the bottom of the laptop screen. So y'all can see straight up my nose because that's sexy. So as you come in, say hi. And again, if you're watching on YouTube, go to the Business Straight Up Facebook group so you can actually ask questions. That is at businessstraightup.com/community. I keep talking to the top of the laptop screen instead of the bottom. All right, I do have some questions that people sent in. I am in my studio, so you probably hear an echo. I don't have my fancy microphone. I don't have my fancy webcam. This is the worst possible angle of me, but that's okay because I want to make sure to have things done instead of perfect. So let me find the questions that I've got. And as you come in and say hi. Say, how you doing? Little friends thing there, right? Let's see. You know what? I literally have like a giant list of things to go through. But as you come in, my goal for Just the Tip Tuesdays is always just to make this a conversation. So if you need help with something, make sure to ask in the comments. Make sure to say hi. Hi, Natalie. Make sure to say hi because otherwise it feels like I'm recording a podcast episode and I'll forget to look at comments. I wanted to talk a little bit today about creating an elevated client experience because I see so many people go into these Facebook groups and they want to charge higher prices. And don't we all, right? We want to be paid well for what we do. We are experts at what we do and we deserve to be paid well for it. However, if you are just churning things out like an assembly line, you should be expecting to be paid in accordance with the experience that you offer. So I see more people coming in. Come in and say hi in the comments. I'm going to have to keep reminding myself to look at the camera near the keyboard instead of up above. So to kind of give you a little bit of an idea, that's why I'm in my studio today, because I wanted you to be able to see a little bit of my studio. I pulled my old pricing folios. So a lot of people ask me how I hand people my pricing when it comes to in-person sales. In-person sales is something that I've been doing since 2009. So what is that, 12 years now. I was committed when I first started doing boudoir and specializing in boudoir that I was only going to do in-person sales because I knew that if I sent a client a gallery, first thing, even in 2009, she was going to pull it open on her phone. And that sucks. You don't want to see like pictures of your butt this big. So when I started specializing in boudoir in 2009, I was very committed to doing in-person sales and only in-person sales. I've been doing it that long. I also teach it. It is one of the things that my mentoring students come to me for the most because they really want to learn more about in-person sales. So as you come in, say hi in the comments. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to come to the Facebook group so that I can answer your questions as well. But I wanted to show you a little bit of my pricing through the years because this was my first pricing. I think this is literally how I handed it to my clients. And it's a metal print. It does not have the easel on the back, as you can see. So it's super sturdy and I could just hand it to them and let them know this is the pricing. I also have all of my pricing folios throughout the year because that is kind of what I have graduated to. So I always choose a different cover material thing. This is the velvet, not really my favorite. But you can see, hi Suzanne, come in, say hello. If you have questions, drop them in the comments. My goal with Just the Tip Tuesdays is always for it to be a conversation so that I can help you with business stuff that comes up. But if I don't have questions, then I'll just go through my list of questions that have come in beforehand. So this is how I have my current, actually my most recent pricing folios. And you can see I literally have a whole stack of them here. Oh, because they change. Hi, Laura. Welcome, come in. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. If there's anything you need help with or you need clarification on, or you're like, this just happened to me, what the fuck do I do? I'm happy to help. Uh-oh, here come the dogs. Hi, babies. It will be very loud in here. Be careful, please. So as you can see, I have a whole stack of pricing folios, and this is just about half of them. I've done them. I think my husband's checking on me. He's like, what the hell are you doing? I usually don't do these downstairs. So I have probably 12 of these through the years, and they're all just 2-image pricing folios. So what they are is I order them through my lab, and it's literally just 2 pictures that are mounted onto the cover material. So it's kind of like a folder that opens up. And the reason that I like it is when I'm doing in-person sales, I can hand it to someone and they open it like a menu at a nice restaurant, right? Now, I recently went to something simpler so that I could just print out my pricing on paper and put it into the little corner slots. I don't love it as much. I don't love the feel of it. It just kind of feels cheap. So I think I'm going to go back to the folios. Now, here's some good and bad to both, right? Okay. So the folios, you do have to order through the lab, which can be an issue, especially if you're drop shipping, because the order does not come to you first so that you can look it over and pull the folio out of the order, and then the rest gets sent to the client. So if you're drop shipping, that could be an issue. But for me, I'll probably just order a sample and then order my folio at the same time because I like to update my samples. And I update my pricing probably once every 6 months, so about twice a year. And sometimes I'll update the samples. Sometimes I'll just order client gifts. And the reason that I do that is because I can order the folio by itself, but then shipping costs quite a bit more because they're coming from Portugal. Although I am looking at changing labs, so that might happen soon. But even then, it would be coming from another country. And so shipping does have quite a cost unless you meet an order minimum. So I might order a sample, or a lot of times I just order client gifts. So this little metal print is just an 8x10. It was my first pricing that I showed you. And a lot of times I'll just order a client gift. These are not expensive. And clients love to get stuff like this. And it ships very easily because it's flat, but it doesn't bend like a picture. So client gifts I'll order just to reach that shipping minimum so that I can order the folio when I need it instead of not really a fan of this. This kind of sucks. So Anna said, hope you change labs. Yes, I'm super excited, especially about the holographic stuff. And when I do that, I will have to go live and show you guys because there's been some issues with the current lab. And so I'm really excited to look at new options. I've been with my current lab for 10 years, something like that. I don't know. It's been a long time. So I'm ready for new options. I'm ready for awesome customer service and better customer service because We are serving our clients. However, when we are the customer or the consumer or the client, we should expect the type of service that we offer our clients, right? That elevated client experience, that is what I'm looking for in a lab that I'm not currently getting. So I want you to consider that though, like think about that. When did you go somewhere? And it could be a restaurant, it could be, oh gosh, a restaurant. Like I told you, I was just dealing with the people that are supposed to replace this wall. They're supposed to be shipping me the replacement and they have not. When have you dealt with a company that was shitty customer service? We don't want our clients to feel that way. So one thing that Sal Sincata told me a long time ago, if someone is treating you poorly before you give them money, why would you give them money? Something to think about when you're dealing with client inquiries and leads, and those leads that come from your website or people that haven't even booked with you yet. If you're treating them poorly, why would they book with you? An elevated client experience is not just about having snacks out. It's not just about what your studio looks like. It's not just about what your menu looks like. Because yes, this matters, and I don't like the look of it. I don't like the feel of it. It feels like cheap plastic to me. So we will be updating that. But there's so much more to that. Your brand and your overall client experience is not about your colors. It's not about your logo. It's not about any of that. It is about how you make someone feel. How do they feel every time they interact with you? Do they feel like they're getting top of the line white glove service? Or do they feel kind of cheap and gross? And this is especially important with boudoir photography. Because when someone is taking off their clothes in front of you, the last thing they want to feel is cheap. Okay. And I've worked with sex workers and escorts too. And I make it a practice to very clearly ask if I can move someone, touch someone. You know, you don't want to be touching someone and have it get weird or something. So I always ask. And she looked at me and goes, Brooke, I sleep with men for money. It's okay. You can touch me. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. It's still consensual. I still want her to feel amazing. I don't care what she does for a living. So I want you to think about what your elevated client experience looks like. What does a journey look like? What does it look like to actually work with you? Does someone feel like they're valued? Does someone feel like they matter? Because I promise you, in this whole wide world, that's all every single human wants. Every human wants to feel like they matter. Doesn't matter, male, female, young, old, doesn't matter. They want to feel like they matter. So it sounds like they're doing Air Force training outside. Sorry, everything's so loud today. Anna said, yes. Treat your clients like they are your best friend. I would even say better, because my best friend knows if I don't answer her text that I still love her. And I would never do that to a client, except for off of business hours, right? Anna said, your client should want to invest in you because they believe in you too. Yes. And I posted a quote yesterday. Again, if you're not in the Facebook group, you should be. But I posted a quote yesterday that said, oh, I'm going to mess this up. Make your why become so important that your fears become irrelevant. And it's so true. So true. Why are you doing what you're doing? Are you doing it just to make quick money? Because it's a lot of work. There's probably other things that you can make money at. I mean, you can go sell crack and make a lot more. Joking, kind of, not really. Think about the things that offer an elevated client experience. Do you have a studio that's clean? Even if it's not huge and perfect and beautiful, is it clean? I cannot even tell you how many times I've actually had several clients come to me for their second and third boudoir shoots who said the first studio just didn't feel very clean. Like there were stains on the furniture and things happen. And I get that, but we got to figure that shit out. If you want to charge a higher price point, you need to have an experience that matches it. So I see people coming in, but you're not saying, hey, say hi in the comments. Let me know what are some things that you do to offer a stellar client experience, because everyone's different, right? Like I have snacks. I call them my 4 major food groups: sweet, salty, chocolate, and I don't even remember the fourth. I just said it to a client this morning. Oh my gosh, my brain, I'm tired. But I offer snacks that are the four major food groups. I have beverages, I have chilled water. San Pellegrino tends to be my beverage of choice for clients. I also have the little baby bottles of champagne or Prosecco or wine. But I do not force that on anyone. I have a lot of clients that don't drink. A lot of my clients lately have been pregnant for maternity photos because, quarantine, what else are you going to do? They've been having some fun, and you know what? I'm here for it. I love maternity clients. It's so much fun. She told me, one of my clients today told me, and that's why we're late, because I had a client this morning, but she told me, I wish more women knew that maternity photos don't have to be a pretty dress in a field. And I was like, girl, preach. Yes. So what are you doing to offer an amazing client experience? What are you changing up in your studio so that people can come in and see you more than once? You have the same stuff all the time? Why would they come back? I mean, if you offer an amazing client experience, they might come back anyway. I've had a few of those, but so this wall is going to go. It's been there for 2 years, which is longer than I keep most studio stuff. So I thought I was doing pretty well. That wall's going to go. The brick, so to give you guys a little bit of idea, there's my brick corner, which we actually did with a brick overlay that is nailed to the wall. I wouldn't do that again. If I was going to tell you what to do, what not to do, I wouldn't nail it to the wall again. I'd probably use command strips because I use command strips for all of this. It makes life so much easier. And I actually got the idea for the ceiling tiles from Lori and Jeff Poole. If you guys don't know who they are, they're amazing. And Jeff told me after the fact, he's like, oh, command strips, I should have used those. He used epoxy and it destroyed the drywall, at least based on what he told me. So these are command stripped. I don't even know if that's a word. Command stripped up on the wall. I'm probably going to tear them down and sell them. So if anyone wants them, let me know. Local is probably best though, unless you want to drive to Colorado, in which case we can do a mentoring session while you're here with headshots, if you want them, before I tear them down. The brick wall is a brick overlay, and we're actually looking at tearing a big old hole right here in this wall because there's another window in the storage area that's behind this. And I want that to be hair and makeup, and I want that to be sales. I want that to be all of that because I do have an area for that now, but I just want a dedicated area. I want to put a TV on with music videos and TED Talks and stuff for hair and makeup. So Natalie said, I use either hot glue or staples for everything. Girl, this overlay, nailing that on was so hard. I don't know that hot glue would hold it. It was interesting. And then we put this spackle, I don't know what it's called. I just called the spackle, the white stuff all over it because I wanted it to look aged, right? Because when we got it, it was this horrible, horrible, ugly brown color. I call it shit brown. And so we had to get rid of that color for sure, because as you can see, this is what I call my dark room. So it has very dark walls, and we're going to update this wall. Oops, this wall right here. And I just got the paint to do that. So once we tear this wall off, we're going to paint that side and this side. And it also has the French doors. It's a darker color with a white accent, which I love. I know not everyone does. Not really into the super crowded studios, which tends to be the trend right now with a ton of plants and a ton of stuff everywhere. It's just not my thing. I move stuff around too much for that. So, elevated client experience. Do you offer wardrobe that your clients can use? Or if you're not a photographer and you're an esthetician, I have a lot of those lately. If you're an esthetician, what do you have in your space that can help someone feel amazing while they're there? Because remember, a lot of us will work with a lot of moms, right? And what does mom want? She wants to be taken care of for once, because usually she's taking care of everyone else. I have a friend who does retreats for women, and she talks about these retreats being a place of receiving, because so many women are giving, 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 giving. How can they come to a place of receiving when they're in your space, in your studio, working with your business? How can you be the one to give to them? How can you be the one to serve them? How can you elevate that experience so that price is irrelevant, guys? I have had clients contact me and say, I don't care what you have open. I just know that I want you. I don't care what the date is. I don't care. We'll figure it out. But I know that I want you. So where can I pay my session fee? Just so I'm locked in, and then we can choose a date later. Those are the clients you want, because they're so in line with what you love. They're so in line with what you stand for. They're so in line with what you believe that price is not relevant. When I go to WPPI, I love the shops at Caesars. I love to wander around. I like gelato. It's probably because I really love Rome in Italy. And it kind of makes me feel a little bit like I'm in Rome. So I just love to wander around. And there is a giant Victoria's Secret there. Okay, lingerie store, huge Victoria's Secret. But there's also an agent provocateur that's a lot smaller. And I love, it's so funny. I went with one of my students once. We were just kind of wandering around, enjoying eating some yums and walking around. And we walked into both. And I was explaining to her, feel the brand here. How does it feel? Victoria's Secret is very loud. There's very young women working there, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's their brand. That's who they cater to. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that, but that is their brand. It's very loud, lots of loud colors, lots of, bright colors, and boom, 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 and the lights going all the time. It's almost like a runway show, which is, again, their brand. That's what they cater to, right? Then you walk into Agent Provocateur, and it's a lot quieter. Now, not like old people Lawrence Welk type quiet, but it's a lot quieter. There's sparkles everywhere. There's beautiful chandeliers. Instead of this pounding music, they have like chill music. They have a beautiful place to sit. And guess what? Their lingerie is 4 to 5 times the price. If you are going to offer a premium service or a premium product, you have got to make sure that your experience matches that if you want to charge a premium price. I'm telling you right now. So I hope that your day is amazing today. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments before I sign off. If you want to see anything in my studio while I'm down here, I'm happy to show you. I was thinking about, since technically this is Zoom, which then broadcasts everywhere, I could probably just take you on my phone on Zoom, maybe. I don't know how to join that. We'll have to figure that out so I can take you, because this is just one room of my studio. And then the other is on the other side, which is nice because I wanted the windows in each. And right now it's natural light, but I have ring lights in each window to really illuminate everything. And it helps when it's cloudy outside, right? We're not always going to have the light we want. It's so funny. I see photographers just slam people for being natural light photographers. And I have strobes, I have soft boxes, I have all the things, and I just really like the look of it. I like strobes too for certain things, but let me know in the comments. Say hi. I see more people coming in. Say hi, wave, say, hey, Brooke. I promise I won't make you answer hard questions. Just say hi. Allie, oh my gosh. Hi, Allie. How's your little one? Allie said, I would love to see a studio tour, Brooke. All right, let me see if I can figure this out. We'll see if I can join this on my phone, because then I can take you around. My laptop is plugged in and it's kind of precariously perched on my chase right now. So let me see if I can get the meeting ID here. And then I am happy to show you the studio. I've had some friends come in and just want to take pictures of stuff they have for sale in here because the lighting is beautiful. All right, meeting ID. Okay, let's see if this works. Hey! Okay. I'll let her know. Okay, if I take you guys, if I take you guys on a studio tour, I won't be able to see the comments. So I'm okay with that. I just need you to know that I'm not ignoring you. It's just that I won't be able to see the comments. So I don't know how to do that yet. That's new. So here, I'll show you. This is where my laptop is sitting. It's on my chase right now. This is why I can't, this is why I can't bring you with me, because it looks like it's gonna fall over. But this is the brick wall that I love. It's one of my favorite places to shoot. The mantle, nothing in my studio is really nailed down because I change my mind a lot. So this is the window, and my phone auto updates all of the settings, which is not how I shoot. I shoot in manual, so I can control that. I put my ring on, otherwise I'm gonna lose my phone. Okay. And then I shoot in this corner a lot. This is where I put the neon lights when I have them up. I've been talking with my dad about putting an outlet up high so that I can put my neon lights. Uh-oh, not seeing anything. Shoot. Okay. See? I knew there was a reason. You know what? I don't think I can do that, guys. I'm sorry. I don't think I can do that. But you know what? I'll tell you what, we'll plan on doing that, and I'll make sure my laptop is charged. I don't know how to do that. Let's see. Okay. You know what? I will absolutely give you guys a studio tour, but we'll do that next week, and I'll just plan on have my laptop charged or have whatever I need to show you guys, because I don't know how to do that yet. So I'll have to test it. My kids love helping me test video. Presley likes to pretend that she's doing dance tutorials on video. So she's like, hey guys, today we're gonna do, it's so funny to watch because she is 6 years old. But I will absolutely give you guys a video tour of my studio. Maybe we'll plan on it. Next week's Just the Tip Tuesday. And next week's Just the Tip Tuesday will be at its regularly scheduled time of 10 a.m. So you won't have to worry about any schedule changes. I do not have a client on Tuesday next week. Next week it's on Wednesday. So I will do a studio tour. Let me send myself a text real quick to remind myself. This is how I keep track of things. Does anyone else do this? Studio tour next. Perfect. And then next week we will walk through, and I will actually, I don't know, we'll figure out the best way to do it, because this camera, not okay with this. We need a better HD camera for sure. So does anyone have any questions for me before I go? We're talking about an elevated client experience. I'm so happy to see you guys. Kayla is here too. Kayla said we're not seeing anything. I saw your comment, but it was below the window, so I couldn't see who said it. Hi, Kayla and Allie, and me with my terrible camera on this laptop. Why would they do that? Who in their right mind would go, you know, where the webcam needs to be, at the bottom of the screen? It's crazy. But I really want you to think about ways that you can offer an amazing client experience. Does it mean snacks? Does it mean a robe when they come in? Does it mean having the right temperature? Oh my gosh, in my old studio, when I had my commercial space, it was an older building and it was gorgeous. It was beautiful, but it was always hot or always cold. And it was very frustrating. So think about things like that. Those things matter. You're not going to walk into Louis Vuitton and feel like shit while you're there. You're just not, unless you choose to. You're going to walk in, they're going to take care of you. They're going to offer you champagne. They're going to fawn on you and make sure that they are offering an excellent experience. And I know that some people don't like Chick-fil-A. I understand why. But if you ever go to Chick-fil-A, your order is very rarely wrong. It's not like McDonald's. There's a big difference in quality of how they treat you, right? And think about how you're treating your clients. How are you showing them that they matter? Not just telling them, how are you showing them that they matter? Are you responding timely? in a timely manner? Are you taking care of them and showing them consistently? All of these things matter so much. So thank you so much, Natalie and Allie and Kayla and Anna. And I see more people watching, but you didn't say hi. So make sure you come in and say hi. As always, if there's anything that I can answer for you, anything I can help you with, just ask in the group. I am happy to help. I have been a professional photographer now for 15 years, holy moly, specializing in boudoir for 12 years. And I work with not only photographers, I work with any creative business owners. So I even have chocolatiers and estheticians, and I even work with restaurants. Because guys, these marketing concepts are the same. And how many times have you been to a restaurant and even if the food is so-so, they just treat you so well that you're going back. There's one near us like that. Like the food, it's not bad, but they treat us so well every time we go in, we go back. Think about those things. Those things matter. So have an amazing rest of your day. We're going to figure out camera angles for next week so we can do a studio tour and figure all of that out, because clearly there's a secret that I don't know.